What?
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Oh, that mean you're the father. Babe, that's mean you're the father.
Is not excluded.
You the father, nigga.
The phone of Quell, who is the friend of Chrisean, a very close friend of Chrisean's, a friend that would do anything for her. He is gang related from what is being stated in the streets, and the police have viewed him as a #1 suspect besides Chrisean. I do feel that Chrisean is a suspect, but until they have further proof or evidence that she's involved, there's not much that they can do until they're not spoken out much. But it doesn't mean that she's not here for the subliminals. When Ronny was taken, she made a post that said, "Y'all really unalived my son." And not only that, she put up a post of Ronny and she was playing Jaden Alexis's song. What do you feel like that means?
Lately, Chrisean Rock and Zeus Network CEO Lemuel Lem Plummer been clashing non-stop, with her saying he still owes her money and even hinting that he's making threats toward her safety. Now the streets are buzzing that Lem is done playing nice and ready to blast out what he claims is the real story about Chrisean and her ex, Ronny Doe, getting caught up in that tragic situation. But let's rewind this whole saga for a second, because it didn't start with the online yelling. It started way back on February 3rd, 2025, around 7:10 p.m. Officers pulled up after reports of several shots being fired in a neighborhood in southern Maryland, and when they got there, they found a man on the ground outside a house near the 1700 block. He had a serious injury from a gunshot and needed medical help immediately. First responders jumped in, treated him on the scene, and rushed him to the University of Maryland in Baltimore, but sadly, he didn't make it. Authorities later identified him as 24-year-old Karen Ronnie McKay from Severn, Maryland. The Anne Arundel County Police Homicide Unit took over fast because this wasn't some random situation. They knew something deeper was going on. Detectives and crime scene crews combed through everything that night. They collected multiple pieces of evidence, locked in several witnesses, and started putting together what really went down. From the early details, investigators said this situation looked targeted. Somebody went there with a purpose, and it wasn't just random chaos. Right now, the case is still quiet with barely any updates, which is exactly why the internet is going wild. Whenever the facts slow down, the rumors speed up, and this whole thing is starting to sound way bigger than what we saw online. One of the witnesses told officers they spotted a suspicious car rolling through the neighborhood earlier that day, making it look like whoever did this was checking the block and waiting on Ronny. Another witness even said Ronny was completely alone when everything went down, which makes it sound like somebody had been watching him, tracking his moves, and waiting on the exact moment to strike. Police still haven't released a single detail about the vehicle, which has everybody confused because this wasn't some walk-up situation. It came straight from a car. Folks online are whispering that maybe the witnesses themselves are scared to speak too loud, which is why the info is coming out slow. The witnesses did confirm there were multiple people inside that car, but not a single one has been identified, and investigators haven't dropped any new updates about possible leads. Right now, the case is still wide open, and whoever was involved in Ronny's situation is still out there, untouched. Authorities said they've gotten some tips, but they're keeping everything sealed until the investigation wraps up.
The mother is Chrisean Malone. Do you need the date of birth as well?
Yeah, the case number you gave me didn't match that patient.
So case number 3821221 does not match a Chrisean Eugene Malone, born on March the 14th, 2000.
No.
Which has some people thinking the cops aren't moving fast enough, but that ain't totally fair. Word is, detectives have already tapped the phone of a major suspect who goes by the name Quell, and here's where things get messy. This guy is known to be close with Chrisean Rock. Quell, who police say has alleged gang ties, has already been questioned several times and even brought in for a full interrogation. But investigators say he barely gave them anything useful. It's clear the police are digging, but the silence around this case is making everybody wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. After everything started heating up, Quell hopped online and posted a video saying he had nothing to do with what happened to Ronny, claiming the internet turned him into a target overnight. He said detectives even showed up at his grandmother's house, questioning him but not trying to arrest him. And he swore up and down that he was only under the microscope because of rumors flying around social media. But here's the part people keep bringing up. Quell has been tight with Chrisean Rock and her family for a long time, and he does have a past that includes trouble and a few run-ins with the law. Even though he keeps saying content creators put his name out there, that doesn't fully make sense. Because if social media alone was enough to get his phone tapped and bring him in for questioning multiple times, then why didn't they do that to Chrisean when half the internet is calling her the #1 suspect? Something about that doesn't add up. A lot of people still believe Chrisean had something to do with Ronny's situation, and there's a real chance that either Quell was involved or he knows exactly who was. Police don't zero in on somebody like that unless they have something deeper than just online chatter, and that's what keeps the streets talking. Meanwhile, Ronny's mother hasn't spoken publicly since the service, but she did post, "Y'all really unlove my son," along with a clip of her playing a song by Jaden Alexis.
What about a Jonathan Porter?
No, that may not be the case file ID that's associated with the case. Is it a new case?
No, this is a case from 2023. Are you basically saying that this is a real case number, but not the actual mother and father?
Yeah, it's not matching any of the names that you're giving me.
Was a blood sample taken on 5/4/2023?
No. Completely different year, actually.
Someone everybody knows has major issues with Chrisean. That move was loud without saying a single word. And the timeline makes everything feel even more intense. Back in December 2024, Ronny reportedly approached Chrisean at a mall while she was with Junior, trying to talk to her and hand her legal papers for a DNA test. But things got heated fast, and Chrisean ended up calling the cops, allegedly saying she didn't even know him. All this drama happened just weeks before Ronny's life came to an unexpected and tragic end, which only made the situation look even more suspicious to people watching from the outside. After everything went down, someone started a GoFundMe to help raise money for Ronny's service, and the whole situation left people feeling like way too many pieces in this story don't sit right. Once the GoFundMe started making rounds, the internet began pointing fingers again, and this time the pressure shifted right back onto Chrisean Rock. People noticed she never publicly supported Ronny's family, never shared the fundraiser, and didn't even offer a simple message, which got folks whispering that she was keeping her distance on purpose. That silence hit different, especially after everything that went down between them right before the situation unfolded. Meanwhile, rumors kept swirling about tension inside Chrisean's own circle. Word was that certain people close to her were acting nervous, dodging questions, or suddenly going quiet whenever Ronny's name came up. Witnesses around the mall incident said the argument between Ronny and Chrisean didn't look like some random disagreement. It looked personal, deep, and heated, like things had been building up for a while. That only made people more convinced the story has layers we haven't even seen yet. Then things got even wilder once insiders claimed police were checking security footage, phone pings, and location data tied to several names, including some people who allegedly hung around both Chrisean and Quell. Investigators haven't confirmed any of this, but the streets swear detectives are privately following a trail that connects way more individuals than what the public knows. Every little leak, every rumor, every deleted post made the case feel even more tangled. Early January brought another twist when someone online claimed Ronny had been telling friends he was worried something was about to happen. None of that has been confirmed, but the rumor alone had social media in flames because it fed into the idea that Ronny sensed danger before everything went down. People started revisiting his old posts, old lives, looking for clues, convinced he left hints about who he didn't trust. As all of this stirred up, more blogs and creators started digging, posting timelines, screenshots, and old videos, trying to piece together what police won't say out loud. And the louder the internet got, the more it seemed like this case wasn't just about one tragic moment. It was about relationships, secrets, tension, and people trying hard to keep certain details buried. As more blogs started digging, Lem Plummer suddenly stepped back into the spotlight, and that's when things really shifted. He began dropping hints online that he had receipts connected to Ronny's situation, and he wasn't scared to release them if Chrisean kept calling him out. Lem didn't say names directly, but everyone knew who he was talking about, and the timing had people convinced he was sitting on something explosive. That tension lit the internet on fire instantly. Lem's message sounded like a warning shot, and people swear he's been fed up with the constant back and forth for months. Behind the scenes, insiders said Lem felt like Chrisean was dragging his name into things that had nothing to do with him, and now he was ready to return the energy. Some even claimed he'd been collecting screenshots, voice notes, and old messages connected to her circle for a long time. Whether true or not, the streets ate it up because it made the whole situation feel way deeper than what was happening online. Right after Lem's hints, a few pages posted that someone had anonymously reached out claiming they knew what sparked all the tension between Chrisean and Ronny in the months before everything happened. According to them, Ronny had been preparing to take certain personal matters to court, and that created friction with people who didn't want any legal drama touching their name. Again, nothing confirmed, but those whispers spread fast because the timeline lined up too perfectly. It had people rethinking every argument, every IG live, every post that seemed random back then.
So the other day, I saw this girl calling the Steve Wilkos show, Chrisean Rock and Blueface, and she was like, "You got to have him on your show." And I responded to the comment, "I don't know who these people are." And I've never left a comment on anything where I got just unbelievable.
On top of that, old clips resurfaced of Ronny talking about wanting to clear his name and set the record straight, which now hits way different. People online turned those clips into clues, saying Ronny was hinting that he had something he wanted the world to hear. Whether that's true or not, it only pushed more creators to investigate, each one adding a new piece to a puzzle that keeps getting darker. And now, with Lem threatening to expose whatever he claims he knows, the whole situation feels like it's building towards something big. Because once one person starts dropping receipts, everybody else starts scrambling to protect their own story. As Lem kept hinting that he was ready to spill everything, Chrisean's energy online shifted fast. She started posting cryptic messages, acting unbothered but clearly watching every move, which only made the situation look even more suspicious to people following the story. Every emoji, every deleted post, every late-night rant had folks thinking she knew something big was coming her way. It felt like the calm before a storm, and everyone could sense it. Then out of nowhere, a voice note began circulating claiming someone close to the situation said Lem wasn't bluffing at all and that he had footage, receipts, timestamps, the whole package. Nothing was confirmed, but the way the rumor spread made people believe there was more going on behind the scenes than anybody wanted to admit. Some said the only reason Lem hadn't dropped everything already was because his legal team told him to move carefully. That alone added fuel to a fire that was already burning fast. Meanwhile, people in Ronny's old circle started speaking up quietly, hinting that Ronny had been stressed for months and worried about certain people turning on him. Friends said he felt cornered, like things were happening around him that didn't make sense, and he didn't know who he could really trust. These claims were never officially linked to the investigation, but the streets took it and ran with it because it connected way too cleanly with everything happening now. As bloggers kept digging, another twist came up. Someone claimed that after Ronny confronted Chrisean at the mall, he told a close friend he felt like things were about to get messy and that he needed to stay alert. That message hit people hard because, looking back, it sounded like a warning he didn't realize would turn into something this big. Even though it's just a rumor, it added another layer of mystery that had everyone locked in. With all these whispers, receipts, and secret recordings popping up, the internet is now watching Lem like a hawk, waiting to see if he's really going to drop the bomb he keeps teasing. Because once that first piece of evidence hits the public, everything about this case could flip in a second, and the fallout is going to be massive. The fundraiser eventually climbed to around $16,000 for Ronny's service, but what had everyone talking was the fact that Chrisean didn't donate and didn't show up to the funeral at all. That hit people hard because when someone avoids a service, it usually points to guilt, distance, or just not caring. and the internet didn't hesitate to run with those theories. Folks online built a whole list of reasons why they believed Chrisean might have wanted Ronny out of the picture, and the accusations only got louder from there. One of the main claims floating around is that she didn't want anything messing with the story about her son's father. She pushed the narrative hard that Blueface was the dad, especially on their reality show, Crazy in Love. She even showed what she said was a DNA test to prove it, but things took a turn when people dug into that paperwork. The case number on the document didn't match her name or Blueface's, and that instantly raised eyebrows. It went even further once a recorded phone call with the testing department came out. The employee confirmed the case number was real, but it belonged to a completely different couple. That means the document shown on the show wasn't authentic, and somebody clearly switched things up. A lot of people think the editing team or the network did it to protect their storyline and keep the views rolling, because the truth would have flipped everything upside down. And if that test wasn't real, then Blueface might not be the father at all, which leaves Ronny as the only possible biological father based on the timeline. Ronny was already preparing to take things to court and push for an official DNA order, so his sudden absence from the situation felt way too convenient to people watching from the outside. It added a darker twist to everything already going on. Even Chrisean's own sister, Take, stepped in and confirmed that a DNA test with Ronny was supposed to happen before he passed, but it never got done. That detail alone made people stop and think, because if that test had gone through, the entire narrative around paternity would have been completely different. Her sister flat out asked, "Can he speak on it?" And that one question echoed across the whole internet. Chrisean has also been posting some eerie, cryptic messages online, including one where she said, "Everyone that think they can speak on my son always lose their life." Another message said she couldn't understand why people keep coming for her after seeing the end result of trying to hurt her for personal gain. She even pointed at Blueface, saying, "First it was his daddy. Look at him. He'd been locked up for 2 years now. Our son was 6 to 7 months when his dad lost his freedom." Then she mentioned her ex, Ronny, saying, "Unfortunately, that person died." These posts had the whole internet freezing up because the timing and wording sounded way too intense. Messages like that shook people, especially because it made the situation look like she was connecting real events to personal warnings. And when you mix that with everything already swirling around, the fake DNA document, the tension with Ronny, and the non-stop drama, it only made the public even more suspicious. Now word is spreading that Zeus Network had a hand in the edited test, which means Lemuel Plummer wasn't standing in the dark at all. If the rumors are true, he might be preparing to reveal everything he knows, and the streets swear he's ready to talk loud. On top of that, Steve Wilkos reportedly got involved in the paternity battle, but now it looks like Chrisean is suddenly backing out, which has people questioning what she's trying to avoid. It feels like every time the truth gets close, something or someone pulls the plug. The whole situation is turning into a maze with way too many locked doors. We'll break down all the Steve Wilkos details in another video, so stay locked in. While we wait on more updates from the investigation, here's what a couple people online are already saying about this whole situation. And trust me, the reactions are wild. One person online said, "I can say paternity by the courts is very necessary. Someone lost their life trying to get a DNA. Jonathan should be cautious. The child deserves it. All families involved deserve it." That comment shook people because it highlighted how serious the situation really is. Another person added, "Ronny Doe left every single digital footprint. Every breadcrumb leads back to Chrisean being the one who wanted to delete him and did delete him. The internet didn't hold back for a second." And then someone else wrote, "That's horrible to take someone's life so she can hold on to some dude. She's pitiful. Quell is as slow as Chrisean. He can't hide his guilt." Comments like this kept pouring in, each one louder than the last, because the public is convinced there's way more to this story than what we've seen. Every message, every rumor, every social media clue has people feeling like something big is being hidden in plain sight. So now we want to know what you think about all this. Do you believe the hype that Chrisean might have played a part in what happened to Ronny, or at least knew something before it went down? Or do you think the internet is reaching too far and connecting dots that don't exist? Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share your thoughts. And we'll see you on the next one.